really see it now that it's wet, but we'll show you afterwards. There's just wet sanding and swirls all over this car. It's honestly like sad. Yeah, it's sad and just shouldn't be the case how you're buying a very expensive car that gets delivered how it does. Once we get it dried off and put a light, or you don't even need the light, but the light will amplify it, you'll see how bad it really is.
This is a Ferrari only thing?
Yeah. To my knowledge, at least. Yeah, okay, Lamborghini as well.
With Ferrari paint, you know, it's funny, we always look at it and go, oh my God, this looks terrible. It's not the paint job is bad, okay? It's just that the finish work isn't up to our standard. I've got a story about one of my customers. He bought a brand new Ferrari F12. Base price started at $295. His came in at $525 with all the options that he added, including an option for better paint. That's all he knew he was paying for was better paint. And so the car came in and he was pissed off because there were sand marks everywhere and swirls everywhere, which he was bringing it to me anyway. But so we got it fixed and it looked amazing once we were done. Well, we were at Amelia Island, the Concord at Amelia Island with him with one of his other cars on display. And somebody from Ferrari was there and he pulled him to the side and was going to really wring their neck and, you know, be like, what in the world's going on here? And I paid, I think it was $30,000 extra for this better paint. And the guy goes, well, yeah. And he said, and that's what you got? And he goes, well, what do you mean? What did I actually pay for it? He goes, well, I believe it's 8 or 10 coats of paint on that car. But in between each coat, they sand to get it flat. So that's what good paint jobs really look like, is no texture and get it flat. Which if you look at this paint, it looks pretty good once we buff. The texture is gone. He goes, wait a minute, so you're telling me I paid extra for the paint, but you sanded off so much of it, there's actually thinner paint on my car now? And they're like, well, technically, yeah. That's what you paid $30,000 for. But it's all about the way the paint looks, okay? And it's sanding, and wet sanding between each layer of paint gives you that flawless finish and really super duper depth. And it's not that we're ever saying that Ferrari paint is bad. We're just saying they might need Shine Shop there on site at Maranello to finish the cars for them. That, you know, I mean, give me a call and we can do something. But anyway, my 2 cents.
He said it was more comfortable than his Turbo S on the highway.
Really?
Yeah. Because it has actual suspension.
Yeah.
4-wheel drive.
I don't think you should be able to do that in the dunes, man.
And this is in standard mode. He said it's got sport and all kinds of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, we have exhaust. Oh yeah, it got louder.
Yep.
So slight disclaimer. We were told by my customer to do this. We were told to go drive it and get on it and see what it feels like to drive a 4-wheel drive Porsche. That was full throttle that time.
On a closed course.
No other cars.
This car traded in at a dealership that we do some work for. And unfortunately, it looks like this partial PPF job right here was put on in 2002. And it's now 2026. Yeah, that film should have lasted about 3 years or so. So it's well past its prime. I did a test section yesterday to see what it's going to take to get it off. And it just turns to goo. You can't even pull the film like you normally see videos of people pulling film. It comes off in dust particle size. I mean, I had to take a plastic scraper and just scrape off the top layer of film and then start trying to get the glue off. It's going to take a little while. We'll get some video of the during process, and then of course we're going to have to buff all these areas once we get this off. But this is what happens when you leave the film on there too long. The films we use now are a 10-year PPF warranted film. Even the 3-year warranted film was lasting 10 to 15 years if it was out of the sun most of the time. Garage, taken care of, that kind of thing. But 10 years in the sun, it's toast. You need to get it off of there or else it's going to turn to this. Something to think about if you buy a car and it starts to look cloudy where the PPF area is. It's best to go ahead and get that off before it turns into this, which is a lot more expensive job than what it would be to just pull film.
What do you think is like the greatest detailing myth that you hear people talk about? They're like, that's definitely wrong.
Well, you should have given me like some time to think about this one instead of just on the spot. The greatest myth.
Probably just like off-the-shelf ceramics from like O'Reilly's or something. Because I think legally to say it's a ceramic, you have to have like 0.08% is actual ceramic coating. The rest is just other nonsense. It's like when people go to O'Reilly's and get a bottle of ceramic, they think they're ceramic coating their car in 30 minutes, but in reality, it's just a spring wax.
The PPF easy. What? I don't know. You want to try it? No.
Using chemical on your windows to clean them. People swear up and down, no, you got to use Windex, you got to use vinegar, you got to use, like, they'll throw out random things, but you've seen the video. You just use water. Only use water, microfiber towel, and then a limitless towel behind it, and then you will not have any haze on the window every time.
Yeah, that's probably a good one. PPF's easy. Why does it take so long?
Freaking no.
PPF gonna be absolutely seamless.
I got you both.
Trying to get something perfect in an unperfect environment.
I don't know if it's necessarily a myth, but
Trying to apply a big clear sticker
people thinking tint goes on the outside, I guess.
to an imperfect panel
Because we'll prep it on the outside and we'll see it and we're like, oh, the tint goes on the outside.
and make it look perfect.
People say that ceramic is a lot clearer than other films, like the high performance films or the carbon films. And ceramic isn't necessarily clearer. It just gives a different perception of the look.
Not get any dust in it.
Ceramic is a much better heat rejection film, but there's no difference in the visibility. Clarity is clarity. It just becomes the perception of what you're looking through because of the different layers. That's the only kind of myth that I could think of off the top of my head. But like I said, you didn't give me a lot of time.
Yeah, all the above.
I mean, I'm sure the drive-through car washes have already been mentioned, right?
No.
Nobody said drive-through car
No.
wash. Oh my God. Everybody says the car wash will not hurt your car. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I have way too much knowledge of this because I worked in one of those car washes in high school for a little while and just know all the ins and outs of what it actually does. You know not to use the one with the spinning plastic bristles. Everybody kind of knows not to use that gas station one with the plastic bristles that just tears your car up the minute it goes through. Then they have the ones with the soft cloths. You know, they're moving like this fast. If you've ever washed a car, you know something moving this fast is not physically cleaning your car. What they're really doing is spraying a degreaser, cleaner, whatever on your car so strong that yes, it strips off the dirt when it gets to the rinse cycle, but it also takes every bit of wax, paint sealant, polish, any kind of protection you have on there except for a ceramic coating. True ceramic coatings cannot be chemically removed. Technically. Car washes strip off everything. Think of it like Dawn dishwashing detergent, right? You put it on a dirty dish, it strips off everything and it makes the dish squeaky clean, right? Everybody's heard that. Well, it does the same thing to your car 2 or 3 times through any drive-through car wash, whether it's a laser, touchless, cloth wash, soft wash, whatever they want to call it. 2 or 3 times through, you can touch your paint and it is like dry, squeaky clean. That means there is no protection whatsoever. Now that your paint is dry and you're running it through those washes even more, well, that's when the cloths are touching the paint and leaving the lines. This is a story I've always told my customers. You're pulling around at the drive-through car wash. You can't see the back where the tunnel is and where you're going to park, so you're just pulling around blindly, ready to get your car washed. You're all excited, right? And you pull up and you're behind a truck with an open truck bed. Little do you know there's mud in that truck bed, rocks in that truck bed. It could be anything, right? And so you watch this truck go right in front of you going through the wash, and you see these cloths dragging like that, and they are in his truck bed. There is no way those cloths are getting cleaned before you're the next car coming through to do that, okay? So that's part of the problem, is that the cloths don't get clean enough in between cars. But the bigger problem, and this actually is a true story, had to fix this for a car wash, open truck bed, the cloths went in there, picked up a fishing lure and fishing line, and it damaged 3 or 4 cars, the next 3 or 4 cars going through, just slapping against the paint. I'm not saying there is not a need for these drive-through car washes, okay? I like the laser washes if your car is coated and you use it to keep the car clean. That's the big thing. Keep the car clean. You can't go 3 weeks, 4 weeks, your car's disgusting, all this pollen out here, and think one trip through and it's gonna look like this car, because that's not gonna happen. But if you use it to keep your car clean, go through every 2 or 3 days, because you're paying for monthly, you can go through as much as you want. That's the way to use those car washes.